Hey! Wow. This is Christopher Bell, and Eastbound International Speedway is your NASCAR home track.
And here we go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the beautiful South Boston Speedway here on iRacing. It is a Tim's Corner Motorsports special event night here on a beautiful evening up here in the Maritimes in race control. Got Mike James with me. Mike, how are you doing here tonight?
Well, it's a Tuesday night, and it's a TCM Special Event week, so these are our non-winners, 30 drivers here that have not made it into the All-Star Showcase for this Thursday. So there's some big props on the table here tonight. You know, a lot of these drivers are going to want to get in that All-Star race this Thursday. There's going to be some voting going on that we'll explain just a little bit later. But we're going to get straight into some heat races, man. It's hot here in Newfoundland, and I'm sure right across the Maritimes of the land of Canada. That weather is starting to cook for Victoria Day weekend. We're going to be back to the racetrack service in just no time. I know, Jesse, you're going to be back at Petty. I'll be back at Eastbound Speedway. So lots of activities coming down the pipe in the next couple of months. But we're going to go back to heat races. We're going to throw 12 laps on the board. Top 5 going on to the big show.
Absolutely. Want to thank tonight's sponsor, Shady Brook Enterprises, coming on board to help present some super late model racing here at the beautiful South Boston Speedway. It's Brandon Campbell and Travis Roma on row number 1. Lights out on the pace car. And off turn number 4 this time. Green flag in the air.
And completing the field, Gates, Goss, Byron, Duguay, Carpenter, Negus, Lewis, and Gammon. And the 99 going to take control of this one right away. Brandon Campbell, hot to trot here tonight on a Tuesday.
Campbell out now, already looking at about a 0.2 of a second lead, but he's got Travis Roma right in behind in car number 38. Beautiful looking race car. Chasing down Brandon Campbell, a miracle of the late model sportsman competitor. Couple laps down now. It is Campbell, Roma, Gates, your top 3. Jason Goss in the 4th position in car number 41. Good-looking race car there in car number 24. That is Derek Gates. And Gates looking strong here tonight. Campbell trying to pull away out front, but not making too much ground.
All green flag here. Hopefully they tick off fairly quick so we can get to the big show here. 25 drivers going to make the big show here tonight. So 5 are going to be sitting from the couch tuning in here tonight. It's amazing to look at the caliber of the drivers here, Jesse. These are all non-winners throughout the TCM season through 2021 and 22. So it'll be interesting to see who takes this tonight. One Roma that's not here is Chris Roma. Congratulations to him taking a win earlier on. So his brother Travis Roma is now still working away on the back of that 99. Travis Roma in the 38 looking for his first win of 2022.
Halfway down in heat race number 1, Brandon Campbell in the pull-down motorsports number 99. A miracle of Travis Roma in behind. They have stayed bumper to bumper off turn number 4 going in car view. Now you see him wheeling the Max Pappas Inc. Wheel in behind that race car, and he knows not to push it. He knows he's going to try and make the big show. That's where the big money is. And good run off turn number 4 that time, but Campbell holding his own out front.
Well, it seems like the 99 is either it's checkers or wreckers when it comes to his style. But he's doing a grand time out in front here with 4 to go. The Reaper Camry, the number 99, Brandon Campbell controlling this one since the beginning. But Roma, just about a 10th or about an 1/8 of a second off the pace now of the 99, but still within reach. Will he save it for the final corner, or will he give the bump on the backstretch? We'll find out in just 2 to go here, Jess.
About a lap and a half to go now. John Byron in car number 57. You see him there on the screen. 14 of Terry Duguay. Quick battle there between him and the 18, or 16 rather, Quentin Carpenter. White flag in the air now, about a half a lap away now for the pull-down motorsports number 99. He will send it into turn number 3. Roma all over the back bumper. Nothing doing off turn number 4. Brandon Campbell going to win heat race number 1.
Roma didn't want to upset that balance there. Gave him a little scrubski on the back bumper, but decided to not risk it all. The top 5, you got Campbell, Roma, Gates, Goss, and Byron going on to the big show. We'll see Carpenter, Duguay, Negus, and Gammon in our last chance qualifier or last chance of romance. We're going to have a couple of those coming up right after these 3 heat races. So off to heat race number 2. We're going to click them off pretty quick here. Ashton Tucker going to get the pole on this one. And looks like he's going to have Dylan Black, the official sponsor here tonight of Shady Brook Enterprises. Folks, if you're out there looking for some excavator work, give Dylan Black a call.
Then we got Brent Roy and a Roger down. Row number 2, Nathan Langell, Chris McKenna. Row number 3, Dave Horton, Robert Ship. Coming out to us from Pennsylvania, Ryan Salvatore in the 112, and Mark Williams in car number 42 here this evening. 10 more cars. Man, I like the look of that. He's one of our local guys up here, but love the look of that Frankie Frazier color in the outside for Dylan Black. And it looks like lights are out on the pace car. Running things pretty quickly here. Ashton Tucker and Black on the front row. So, Mike, we're going to see some great racing here. We just saw some in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 going to be no different here. Watch for that 2 car of Tucker to really perform here tonight. Brent Roy in behind. He could be someone to watch.
100%. Roy has had some big nights here in the server over the last 6 months, so it'd be interesting to see what Roy has for us tonight. Brent Roy of 660 in the 26 machine. One other driver in particular that I'm familiar with from the U.S., Ryan Salvatore on the backside. In row number 5, we are green flag. Ashton Tucker out like a cannon. Keep an eye on that 112, and look at this. A little battle at the back of the pack as they try to sort things out here in lap number 1.
Tucker wasting no time, getting on the hammer and getting out front. Brent Roy looking to the inside on Roger down. Couple of New Brunswick drivers. We got one on the wall here. Looks like the 819 car. Still green here. 20 car of Ship. Had to get on the binders. A little bit of damage there. Everybody able to keep going. The RKM setup shop car going to keep on rolling. And Ashton Tucker, we got one off the pace here. Looks like the 73. Still green here. Dave Horton, rather. A little bit slow there on the front stretch.
Well, Tucker's managed to squeeze about a half a second, 0.6 of a second on Dylan Black. As still under green over those 2 incidents, but keeping it green flag here. Great to see as no one really bent out of shape here in the early parts of this one. 4 completed here as they keep clicking them off here. As we take a pick at Ryan Salvatore. He is in the 12 machine, the 112. He has moved his way up into that 6th spot. On the outside looking in on Mr. Langell. Nathan Langell is going to be the top 5, but we have a caution there for the 84 machine.
Yeah, it looks like the 84 just got a little bit loose and somebody tagged him. We will go to the replay here just to see what happened.
Little U-House Race Design Instant Replay. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to Vidane TV. We're going to take a peek here. The 84 car is going to be Ryan Salvatore. Showed up a little bit late to the Super Late models, and the crew brought the wrong vinyl, so that was kind of silly. But he's in the 84 car here tonight, and we almost saw the back half of the incident happen right before our very eyes. And I'm trying to find the incident, and I think I backed it up. That looks like there we go. We'll back that up one more time.
Yeah, it looks like he lost it a bit on his own coming down the backstretch. We'll see here in just a moment. And 42 car in those Nova Racing Donald Chisholm colors, just nowhere to go. So a little bit of tough luck here, but first caution of the evening. Everybody hopefully able to keep on going.
Pretty sharp looking 42 here tonight for Mark Williams. Nice looking car, but there is that replay, or no.
Oh, we got one around. It's Roger down once again.
We've been shooting so much on that last caution. They were already green flag.
Yes, yeah, things happen quickly here at the South Boston Speedway, so we're going to go back to a replay here. U-House Racing Design replay. Looks like the 21, maybe a little wiggle in the middle of the corner. Brent Roy nowhere to go, and just gets into the back of the 21 of Roger down, and he takes it off to the pit area.
Green, white, checkered on this one, I assume, as we get our second caution completed here. Ashton Tucker will get the hammer on this restart. So a little few cautions here in heat race number 2. First one went green flag from start to finish. See what number 3 comes up now in a minute, but we'll get a little shootout here. Who will be in the top 5 heading on to the big show? Currently Tucker, Black, Langell, and Williams in your top 5, as well as McKenna. So we'll see who's on the outside vying for that position number 5 on this green, white, checkered.
And it's good to see Chris McKenna make his way back up into the top 5. One of the early spins there, but no caution when he spun. Luck on his side a little bit here tonight. That 819 car looking pretty good. And we'll see if he can bring that RKM Ford to the transfer spot and see if he can make his way to the big show later on tonight. So it's Ashton Tucker and Dylan Black on row number 1. Tucker with the hammer. Green flag back in the air.
Oh, we got carnage on that, and that's going to bring out another caution here, as we got a couple cars high up on the wall on that restart. That's going to really shake this field straight up.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to get going. Everybody seems to be doing okay. Oh, a little bit of contact, and up over the fender and up into the wall, and that was hard contact for the 3 car of Nathan Langell. So yeah, back under caution here at the South Boston Speedway. Mike, we've seen some great racing so far. This heat race maybe a little rougher than the last one we saw, but we've got 100 laps later on, and we have still got a field to set through a couple more heat races, maybe a couple of consies, and I believe we're taking about 25 here tonight, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we got 5 each for these 3 qualifiers, and then 2 consies coming up right after. Last chance for romance, and I think that those last consies are going to be pretty tangly as we get those going. A lot of these drivers are going to try to get into the All-Star Showcase for this Thursday, so a lot on the line for these drivers. It's been a long season. We're getting set for the real season coming up in just about a month and a half. So the iRacing season starting to die down. So that All-Star Showcase on Thursday is a big one for a lot of these drivers. So green flag here, green, white, checker. Ashton Tucker jumps out of the hole and commands this one with Dylan Black to the back bumper. McKenna, Horton, and Ship, your top 5. Keep an eye on that 84 of Salvatore. And Roy mixing it up right now. Here comes the 26 of Brent Roy challenging for that top 5. He is just off the pace by about 1/10 of a second. White rags out, Jesse. This is going to be a dandy here.
Roy trying to make his way up into the transfer spot. Up front, it's going to be the 2-time 250 champion Ashton Tucker coming to the checkers. Dylan Black just in behind. Chris McKenna with a good rebound. Tucker going to go around in a turn number 2. Not going to hit anybody. A little tag on the wall, but he will celebrate this one and lock his way into the big show. It is the Shady Brook Enterprises TCM Special Event here tonight.
And a big shout out to Dylan Black and his excavator team. If you're looking for some heavy machine work, make sure you check out Shady Brook Enterprises and the Dylan Black team for all your excavating needs. We're going to get set here for heat race number 3, top 5 going to the show. And here we go. It's going to be Jason Ricker. Now that's one who should have had a win this season, but finds himself here tonight looking for the All-Star Showcase. He's going to have Danny Vitch to the outside in the 29.
Row number 2, we'll see John Gahan in the 116, the 67 car of Wade Craswell, Conrad Murphy, a real-world mini-stock driver with the super late models here tonight. Keith Lord in car number 17. Then we got Tony Wright, Brandon Lively, Brandon Uhouse, and Jesse Leclerc in car number 46. That will round out your field. Heat race number 3, 12 quick laps on the dock.
Now, after this one, we've seen pretty much the whole field here tonight, Jesse. A lot of these drivers from New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, a couple from the United States, one load soldier, Jason Goss from Newfoundland and Labrador. Any favorites from Petty? Any guys here run your home track here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we got Jesse Leclerc. He is a top running mini stock driver now. They are really picking up their program, and we'll see what he can do here tonight. Green flag in the air now. Jason Ricker off like a rocket ship down the backstretch. He's got about a half-second lead on Danny Veach, and the 116 car of John Gahan trying to close in. Good battle here. Oh, the 29 car going to go around. That is Danny Veach. He's hard into the wall. Jesse Leclerc with nowhere to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, first caution in the early parts of this one's going to bring out our good friend Paul Showtime Strickland Jr. Take us back in time, brother.
Blue House Race Designs instant replay. You can see these cars are loosey-goosey in the back end. 29 comes out of the corner, gets a little bit of help around there. That Major Mellon car pointed in the wrong direction, and here comes the 046, absolutely clobbering the side of that car, squishing that Mountain Dew can for sure. Lots of damage on that thing. We'll see what he can do to get back up into the top 5.
If my memory serves me correct, Jesse, we've had quite a few races here in the TCM Special Events, but Jason Ricker was one of the top runners in a couple of those races. Paul, you're very familiar with Jason Ricker's career. There's the 9, sharp-looking race car. Give us a little backstory on him, Paul.
Yeah, been around the sim racing world in a very long time, and you can see he's got the RKMSetupShop.com on the quarter panel of that super late model. Very, very comfortable in these super late models. We see him a lot here in TCM as well as over in NEPS. They just round out their 3rd season. John Peters taking the 3-peat as we take the green flag. Jason Ricker drives away by 2-3 car lengths.
Yeah, one to watch here tonight, Jesse. This cat Jason Ricker can get it done, but we have cars around already. Jesse Clear, I don't know if you cursed him, but he's going to bring out our second caution. That's your mini stock home track boy, Jesse. Take us through. Is there any more drivers here from Petty that you got your eyes set out for?
Yeah, Conrad Murphy in the 09 or the 89 car rather. He's a driver that likes to come down the highway, come race the mini stocks at Petty International Raceway. His home track, Speedway Miramichi. They've had some successful running the last couple of seasons. John Gahan. I mean, the Gahans are well known in pro stock racing and super late model racing, at least up in this region. They've had a lot of success over the years. So some good names here, and it's going to be exciting to see in this 3rd heat race to see how it all shakes out. Jason Ricker, Conrad Murphy a little lucky to end up on the outside of row number 1 now. And how about the Brandon cars? Brandon Uhouse there in 3rd. Green flag back in the air now. We have one car get a little squirrely there.
Seemed like there was a bit of confusion in the roster as we went back, but green flag here, 5 to go here. Ricker shouts out of the cannon, but we had a little battle there with the 67, that's Craswell, and the 116 of Gahan, John Gahan. Side by side they come. A little drag racing with the 09 Amsoil. That's Tony Wright there. Beautiful paint scheme he's got here tonight. A little bit of a wall for the 67 as they now start to sort themselves out. Single file, here they come. 3 to go.
Coming down to the sticks in the air. It'll be 2 to go this time for Jason Ricker. Ricker off turn number 4 has got the lead almost a second, about 0.8 of a second on Conrad Murphy. Keith Lord up into 3rd. Brandon Uhouse, Wade Craswell trying to hold on to that final 5th spot.
And we'll see in this final lap, white rags out. Will John Gahan send it on this final one? It's going to be a battle between the 67 and the 116 for that final spot for the main show. If the rest of the field will end up back into the last chance qualifiers in just a moment as Jason Ricker crosses that finish line. He'll take it home with some great real estate for the main event here tonight. It's going to be Murphy, Lord, and Uhouse, and as well as Wade Craswell, following right behind John Ricker. But we're going to get set here now for a 16-lap last chance qualifier. We're going to have 2 of these on the board, Jesse. These are the ones I find my favorite in the qualifying series. Generally, this is where you see the gloves come off.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, they called this the hooligan race for a reason. You never know what's going to end up transpiring in one of these events. So the 22 car, Brody Lewis, going to be on position number 1. John Gahan, we just saw him. Mark Williams in the 42. Terry Duguay in the 14 out of Prince Edward Island. Tony Wright in the 09 car. Nathan Langell, they got that car fixed up, had a hard hit in the wall in the heat race. And Perry Gammon in the 198 car, shotgun on the grid.
So 7 in the field. We will be taking 5, I believe. Tim can probably verify that for us. So only 2 of these drivers are going to be sitting and watching from the couch here tonight.
Yeah, this is one of the last opportunities to make the big show, the 100-lap feature here tonight. Beautiful night here at the South Boston Speedway. Lights out once again on the pace car. They will roll slow and steady down the backstretch.
Lights out. It's going to be the 22. Oh, Brody Lewis with the hammer. Here we go. 14 laps on the board. This hopefully will click off fairly quick. But unfortunately, I think it may end up getting a little dirty here.
Green flag in the air this time. Brody Lewis, like a shotgun, out front now in car number 22, the Exalta car. Gonna put some distance between himself and John Gahan in the 116. Mark Williams in the 42 car, a little bit further back in third, a battle for fourth with Nathan Langell and Terry Duguay running side by side.
A single file except for that mid-pack battle. Duguay trying to get it done here, but plenty of time for the rest of the field here. 13 to go here. Lewis commanding this one by a quarter of a second on John Gahan, as they single file continue to roll down these laps here at South Boston. It is the Shady Brook Enterprises 100 here tonight, main event. If you're tuning in tonight here on Facebook, let us know who you're cheering for. We're also doing some voting, I believe, Jesse, on the Facebook page for possibly a fan vote for the main event on Thursday for the All-Star Showcase. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I believe the voting will be open until midnight. We'd have to confirm with Tim Terry, but I believe that's what he told us. So we're going to go with that until we're told otherwise. Back to the race, though. Brody Lewis in the 22. He's had the lead, but John Gahan's starting to inch his way forward, starting to close in on the bumper of car number 22. Gahan would love to make his way into the big show, and he's in prime position to do so, but how about a win in this last chance race?
Well, and just here for the producers, 2 consies. We're taking the top 5. Gammon is out of this one, so only 1 more to go here that will possibly sit or will be sitting out here. Tony Wright is in that position currently and looking for that 5th spot from Terry Duguay. So top 5, moving on to the 100 lap Shady Brook Enterprises feature here tonight. Big night for these drivers. Winner gets to go to the All-Star race, and it's kind of the Super Bowl of the TCM Special Events.
Absolutely. It's an event you do not want to miss, and it'll be here on Tim's Corner Motorsports, probably live on the Facebook page, thanks to Vidane TV and all the partners who have come together to present that one. But here tonight, we have got some great racing. How about John Gahan closing in now, about half a car length up from the bottom lane, and can't quite get it stuck to the bottom, but Brody Lewis there in the 22 just holding on as the laps click off.
Clicking the laps off, and if you're just tuning in right now, we're in last chance qualifiers. Main event just coming up just in 1 more qualifier after these 4 laps. Top 5 moving on, like we said, and so basically 25 starting the big show here tonight for the Shady Brook Enterprises 100. We'll have 100 laps on the board in just a moment, and couple more qualifiers as they continue to streamline this the first LCQ here tonight. Just bumbling on my words here, Jesse. Someone throw a beer over to this side.
I'll open the window and I'll throw the beer there. And speaking of opening up the inside, open on the 42 car, and the 3 of Nathan Langell going to work his way through. Up to third goes Nathan Langell.
Final lap as we get set here to conclude this one. It's Brody Lewis. He's dominated this one from the beginning. He's going to take it home. It's going to be Gahan, Alanja, Williams, and Duguay. Tony Wright going to have to take a breather here tonight and take in some action from the couch. But final LCQ coming up in just a moment. Another top 5 going to go to the big show. So as we get set here, look at this. Ryan Salvatore finds himself in this one. So some big names in this one. Last chance for Romance Hooligan. Sitting on the pole for this one is going to be Robert Shipp from the United States. He'll have Quentin Carpenter to the outside in the 16.
Danny Veach in the 29 car, Ryan Salvatore, as you mentioned, in car number 112. Scott Negus in the 93. Jesse Leclerc looking for a little more luck here in this one. Only got to beat out a couple of cars in this one to try and make the feature. Roger Down in the 21. He had a bit of bad luck with Brent Roy, and Brandon Lively going to end up shotgun on the grid. It'll be, I believe, 15 laps for this one, so we will see who makes it to the big show. Shady Brook Enterprises, our presenting sponsor here tonight, so a huge thanks goes out to Dylan Black and the crew for presenting tonight's TCM Special Event Series event.
Always great to have one of our racers present these races and giving back to the iRacing communities and you know, giving a shout out and helping with the payouts with some of these drivers. You know, a lot of time is dedicated to the server just as much as the real racetrack, and always great to see partners come on board, especially a racer at heart. So Ship's going to get this thing going here. Robert Ship in the 20. Salvador's scored as the 112, but he is the 84 here tonight. Like we said earlier, Paul said they forgot to code the right vinyl here, but it is the 84. As we go green flag, it's Robert Ship out like a cannon, but look at this. Danny Vitch wants to get it going here in the early parts, looking for that second position on Carpenter.
Salvatore caught the wall a little bit off turn at number 2. That time kept the car straight and lost a little bit of ground now. The lead pack now. Oh, we got one around. It looks like it may have been Jesse Leclerc, possibly. We already got a couple of cars out in this one, Lively and Down. I believe we stay green, but Jesse Leclerc now going to really have to get up on the wheel and try and make his way into this one, hoping maybe for a caution to fall his way.
Yeah, about 3.5 seconds off the pace right now for Leclerc, so a caution would help bridge that gap, but still plenty of time here with 12 to go here. It's all Robert Ship out front, but look at that 20 all the way to the outside. It opens the door. Here comes Carpenter to the bottom. Side by side they come. The 16 could be your new leader as they have the advantage on the bottom.
Here comes Quentin Carpenter. Robert Ship trying to hold his own, can't do it in the outside, and Danny Veach now says, hey, how's it going? We're going to take that spot and try and work our way up to the top spot. Scott Negus in the 93 trying to work his way forward as well. Salvatore in the 84 works his way past your pole sitter, so Robert Ship going to have to settle in line back in 5th and hope he can hold on to make the show.
Yeah, very strange. Ship just something must have went off on the 20 because he just fell all the way to the back. Got caught on the outside. Seemed like there was a bit of room there for him to duck down to the bottom, but slid all the way back to the 5th spot. He still has a decent chance here tonight to get into the main show with 8 laps to go here. It's about a 4-second bridge right now on our 6th position. He's on the outside looking in as we take a peek inside the cockpit of the 20 of Robert Ship as he starts to rebound.
This car's looking real tight center of the corner. You can see him come into turn number 3. He's having to crank that wheel, and it's kind of slowing him up a little off the corner. So they're going to have to adjust that one. Don't know how much adjusting they can do. I don't know if there's any rules around that before the main event, but if he can do so, he might be one to watch here tonight.
Adjustments quite possible as we get down to the 5-lap mark. Negus in that 3rd spot. Vitch in the P2. Carpenter controlling this one by about 4/10. Leclerc slowly going backwards right now, about a 5 and 3/4 now off the pace. That's going to go down a lap now, so he has decided to call it a night. Leclerc heading to the pits. Your top 5 on the track going to make it to the show.
Yeah, Quentin Carpenter right now. Well, Danny Veach, Scott Negus, they look like they've got the fastest lap so far. The 93 car with a 15:09 the last time by. Carpenter and Veach running 14:97s as their quick laps. And pace slowing up a little bit here as we come to 2 to go, but a lap and a half to go now. And we've got a battle now. Danny Veach starting to close on in. How much do you push? One spot in the grand scheme of things can really make the difference. White flag in the air now. Quentin Carpenter in the Top Golf number 16 car. I believe it's a 16. He will try to hold on. Danny Veach trying to stick the nose in. Doesn't do it. Holds off. Quentin Carpenter going to go to victory lane.
Yeah, it looked like Veach was going to send it in there, but decided to check it up. You know, every position was a row in this main event. So, but they will finish up in order of that final lap. And we are now going to get set for the big show as we post up about a minute here to allow the drivers to warm up. But 100 laps going to be on the board for the Shady Brook Enterprises. Big shout out to Dylan Black and his team. And if you're looking for some excavation work or heavy construction work, make sure you look up Dylan Black. He's on social media and as well as Shady Brook Enterprises online. Google it and search him up and give him a shout.
Yeah, we really appreciate the folks coming on board from Shady Brook Enterprises. We got Tim Terry here with us. Tim, just want to grab your ear for a moment. What have you thought of the racing so far? We've just seen some great racing here. It's going to be a full field, a tight racetrack, and this 100 laps, anything can happen.
Yeah, heats were a little rough. The consies were a little bit better the way they shook out. Unfortunately, we only sent 2 cars home. So Tony Wright has a chance for his fans to vote him into the race. Tough break for Jesse Leclerc, but there's always next season, and I know he'll continue to improve. But we've got 25 getting ready to hit the racetrack. Top 3 are going to transfer into tomorrow night. There's a purse of $150 between the top 5 tomorrow night. So a little bit to shoot for. And we'll grid them, and you guys can do your thing.
Looking at the comments here, Jesse, the only one that's given a fan vote is Brandon Campbell. He's voting for himself here, so we're getting set here. Look at that. Who's on the poll? But the 99, not Wayne Gretzky. Brandon Campbell. Reaper Speed Lab is the presenting sponsor of that one. Ashton Tucker will be on the outside of him in the 2 car.
Row number 2, we'll see Jason Ricker, and alongside him, the late model sportsman campaigner, the 38, is Travis Roma, one half of the Roma Brothers Racing duo here tonight in South Boston.
Row number 3, Dylan Black, the presented sponsor from Shady Brook Enterprises. Got to make that inside of row number 3. He'll have Conrad Murphy to the outside in the 89.
The 24 car is Derek Gates, the next car on the grid, the 819, I believe that is Chris McKenna, Keith Lord, Jason Goss, your top 10 so far. The lone Newfoundlander in the field here tonight and looking good so far in car number 41.
Yeah, TC Otto, also a firefighter from Torbay. Going to try to get it done for Newfoundland here tonight, but continue on in the roster here. Dave Horton in the 73. We'll have Brandon Newhouse from the United States in the 03.
Next on the grid will be John Byron in the 57, Brent Roy in car number 26. Wade Craswell will bring us to your top 15 here, and I see these boys getting antsy. They are ready to get racing here in just a few moments. Green flag in the air, and we are racing.
Yeah, big field of drivers here tonight. 25 for 100 laps here, and it's the 99 Brandon Campbell getting it done here out of the hole. But only about an eighth of a second off is Tucker. But look at that, row number 2, Ricker and Roma going at it. And a lot of action throughout this whole field. A lot of side-by-side racing currently here in lap number 2.
And it looks like we have one car already out of this, the 20 car Robert Shipp. We were hoping to see some good running from him tonight. Don't see him on timing and scoring, so I believe that car may not have made the start of the race. And I guess that's going to be it for car number 20. 24 cars left to go here with 96 to go.
Well, single file, they come. Little action there about for position number 4. As we take a peek at Roma and Black going at it there. Black looked like he wanted to drop to the bottom there, but Roma closes the door as we single file continue going here in lap number 5. Let's looking pretty easy here, but first caution will come out here as we take a peek at the 24. Derek Gates is around. That's going to bring in our good friend Paul Showtime Strickland Jr. Take us back there, brother.
U-House Race Designs instant replay coming right up. Little feature prime time action. The 24 car gets in. Little bit bumper car action between he and Conrad Murphy and another car down low. Little bit of contact there on the inside safer barrier. Oh, no safer barrier there. The inside pit wall gets the thing pointed in the right direction. Gives the wall a kiss for good measure, and he's going to drive away. Lots of damage on the left front of that car. Hopefully the crew can get the virtual hammers out and get that thing cleaned up.
The best thing he did there when he got loose was try to hammer the brakes as soon as he got to the inside and kept the car from bouncing out into traffic. And not really a lot of room here at South Boston Speedway. It's only 0.4 of a mile. It is very tight, very technical, and it could have been a lot worse than it was, but luckily he was able to get going and might have a bit of a tight race car, but we will see how he does in the final 92 laps or so.
Speaking of tight, how about this fan vote to get into the Shady Brook Showcase race on Thursday night? 4 drivers going for that fan vote. Quentin Carpenter, Dylan Black, John Byron, and Tony Wright. You can vote right on the TCM Facebook page. The poll is right in the video feed, so if you're watching over on Twitch, if you're watching over on YouTube, thank you. Awesome. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hop over to Facebook real quick. Drop your quick vote for the fan vote. And let your fans know and let these drivers know who you're pulling for and who you want to see race Thursday night in the big 250-lapper as we take the green flag here for lap number 9.
Green flag back in the air, as Paul mentioned, and side by side off the restart out front. Ashton Tucker trying to make something happen. They're going to duel it out for position number 1. Side by side, Tucker going to lead lap number 10. He will push up the racetrack a bit, try to get a run off turn number 2. He's got the outside going into turn 3. Brandon Campbell not going to let him get out in front too far. A little further back, Conrad Murphy having a great battle there, and he will get tagged sideways. And we'll see what happens. Caution flag comes out. Oh, we got a couple of cars involved.
We're seeing a great battle here with our leaders, but caution's going to come out here for the second time. Paul, a lot of activity in this one.
Big bada boom indeed for the U-House Race
Bada bing.
Design instant replay. And we'll hit the play button because that's how we do it on live TV. We'll take a little peek there. So the 017 kind of gets up. The 03 a little bit too hot to try getting in there. U-House getting into the quarter panel of Conrad Murphy, and you can see just a little bit of bumper car action. Big damage there on the front of the 22 car from an earlier incident, it looks like. But Conrad's able to grab a gear, spin the thing right on around, and doesn't look like the damage is too bad for the old 89.
41 of Jason Goss, hard on the brakes on that one. Could have caused a lot of damage to the 89, but big heads up driving from the 41 of Jason Goss, picking up a spot so far. Looking through the field here, some hard chargers throughout this one. Terry Duguay, 7 spots since the beginning of this one. Scott Negus picking up 6 spots. Mark Williams coming all the way from the back with 6 spots. Quentin Carpenter finding himself in the 11th spot with 6, but I think the biggest mover right now is Brent Roy. The 26 finds himself in that 7th spot after starting in position number 14.
And just want to give a quick shout out to the folks that came out tonight and weren't able to make the big show. Tony Wright, Brandon Lively, Robert Shipp, Perry Gammon, Jesse Leclerc, all putting in a monumental effort to try and make the show. And only 24, 25 spots in this one, so a couple of cars had to go home. Green flag back in the air. Tucker this time decides he's not going to waste any time. Gets the lead down the backstretch now. We had one car touch the wall a little bit. Oh, it's going to be a traffic jam.
Here comes the big one. 41 manages to squeeze through that. I don't know how he got through that, but man, what a start there before we talk to Paul. But Ashton Tucker shot out of the cannon on the outside took control. But caution's going to stop this. Take us back, Paul.
Another U-House Racing Design instant replay, and we'll take a peek here at what went down. And man, oh man, calamity here on the restart. You can see starts up front, little contact between Roma and the 017. There you can see the 0 car down low, and then a traffic jam. Look at 5-6 wide trying to get on through. A couple of drivers just slamming on the brakes and making sure that they just come to a complete stop to not hit anybody out in front of them. So that's definitely some good heads-up driving. A little bumper car action here. I imagine these drivers getting a little bit of a slap on the wrist there on the race official radio.
Absolutely. It is too early for that kind of racing. I know things happen sometimes, but you got to use a little heads-up driving here at South Boston. There is not a lot of room. It's not like a Five Flags or like a Bristol where, you got a little bit of room to try and move. It's either the track or the wall or the car next to you, and you don't have many options.
Yeah, beautiful track here at South Boston. Also one of the NASCAR home tracks. About 52 NASCAR home tracks throughout North America, and South Boston being one of the older ones in Virginia. Beautiful track, and looking to see what happens here throughout the week here for the big All-Star Showcase. Lots of action throughout the week here to conclude the TCM season. I believe this one's going to be the last one for the books as we get set for the big show on Victoria Day weekend, the start of the real race season.
Yeah, real race cars will take priority here in just a little bit. I know we're all excited to get out, get on the highways, get to the racetracks, get cheering on our favorite drivers, work with the drivers and teams. And tonight, we got to decide a virtual winner here. And so far, Ashton Tucker and Brandon Campbell have been putting on a whale of a show. Green flag back in the air.
Tucker got the start on the inside there on that last restart. It was difficult to take over the lead from the outside on these restarts in the virtual world. Very difficult to find.
We got one around. That's Travis Roma. Sorry to cut you off there, but wow, everybody had to get on the binders there. And that 38 car going around, and looks like he lost it all on his own. Maybe caught maybe a little bit of a tap there. We'll check with the replay with Paul Strickland Jr.
Amazing that there is no paint on the 38 after that incident.
And the big thing these guys want to keep in mind when they spin like that, because the way it looked, Roma probably hammered the gas a little bit, just a little quick tap of the gas to try and get the back end turned around. And, flat spots, that's the biggest thing with these tires. You don't want to get a flat spot, because that's really going to upset the balance of the race car. And these cars are kind of temperamental when you get up through the RPMs.
100%, and be interesting to see what the strategy here to tonight. How much fuel they took at the beginning. The balance of the cars as maybe we'll see some pit strategy. We've seen some of these cars go to full distance of a 100-lap race here at South Boston in the past.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Because these guys can't stop running into each other, we are going to go single file restarts to see if we can't get a rhythm in this. They need 25 consecutive green flag laps in order to get their doubles back.
Oh, Papa Tim has spoken.
He has spoken. He has laid down the law, and these drivers are going to either ship up or shape out.
Well, it's going to be an easy one now for Tucker to control this one. Brandon Campbell will have to get on the hammer here and try to time this one here as he gets a little tap ski to the back here. But here we go. Green flag. Ashton Tucker shooting no hesitation there as soon as the pace car was exiting. The two of Ashton Tucker fired. Campbell tried to time it there, but decided that he had to check up there. But Ashton Tucker did a great job on that start as they continue to go single file. 26 laps completed. We are just over 25% completed here. Just tuning in here tonight. Tuning in here to TCM Motorsports or Vidane TV. It's the Shady Brook Enterprises 100 presented by Dylan Black as we get it done here tonight. Big win here will get you into the All-Star Showcase Mike James, as well as our good friend Jesse from Petty Raceway. Lots of action here tonight. Jesse, what a great night for racing.
Absolutely. These drivers are under the lights now. It was a little bit twilight when they ran their heat races. Track temperatures going to change a bit. These setups are going to do some funky things. Maybe they'll work in your favor. Maybe they won't. 30 laps or so into this one, everybody seems pretty stable. Had a couple little love taps. Kind of a traffic jam at one point. Caution back out. Speaking of traffic jams and love taps, we got a couple of cars around. 6-7 cars on the backstretch. Derek Gates there around in car number 24. John Byron. Looks like, we're focused on him. I don't know if he may have been the precursor of this one.
Gonna have to take a look at it. Gonna look at this one from the blimp here on the U-House Race Design Instant Replay. Lots of cars involved. There you see 14 of Terry Duguay, the 57 of John Byron. A couple of cars, looks like they're going for the same piece of real estate, and the 57 wanted, he gets stuck, almost gets stuck, but kind of slides the back end of that race car into the stink barrels there at the beginning of pit road, and a bunch of other cars involved. Duguay pointed in the wrong direction. The 93, 73 is involved. There's Gates in the 24. Roma got a piece of the action as well. So better than half a dozen cars getting a little bit more damage back here.
It almost looked like Terry Duguay, trying to come out of that corner, may have got a little sideways before Byron even got to him, just a split second. And just nowhere to go for that 57 car. Good looking paint scheme on that one. The white, green, and black on that one, but looking a little worse for wear as well.
Paul, I'm just curious on how many people actually will go up to those water barrels in the future after these many broadcasts call them the stink barrels. How many will actually take a whiff of those barrels?
Not me. I know what's in them. I know how long they've been sitting there.
Jesse, have you ever been curious what's in those barrels?
Yeah, some tracks use water. I've seen some tracks, oddly enough, use sand and even concrete inside the barrels. Star Speedway, I think in New Hampshire, has done that. I've heard some stories about that. Either way, you really don't want to find out.
Wow. We've seen some incidents at Eastbound where there's a foul smell that comes out of them. So maybe a wise
there's contact.
Yeah, maybe a wise to all those tracks to make sure that you replace the water in those barrels. Do not let it sit for several years.
Years. Ugh.
Nasty.
You know what? You don't get that in the virtual world, so that's at least one thing. Maybe they'll add that in. Smell-o-vision and all that.
Yeah, all the track owners are going to be checking their stink barrels now.
So under the fifth caution of the night here, 35 laps into this one, Mike, we've seen some great racing. Trying to get some lap running here. A little bit of green flag run. We do want 25 laps or so of green flag racing. But Ashton Tucker, Brandon Campbell, they have been the class of the field. Jason Ricker, do not count him out. Keith Lord and Chris McKenna, there's a couple of cars there that have been very quiet, very solid here tonight. They are having an excellent run here inside the top 5. Wade Craswell as well in car number 67. He has run well so far.
Brent Roy, who made some mad moves, was up 7 spots, now finds himself back 11 spots due to those incidents. He's going to find himself now in a P18 position as we get set to go here. Green flag back in action as Ashton Tucker takes full advantage of this one. Gets about 4/10, just over 3/10 of a second on Brandon Campbell on that start. So Campbell's going to be able to pick up a bit of space on Jason Ricker, and off to the race we go. 37 completed. Ashton Tucker controlling this one.
Yeah, it looks like so far Keith Lord in the 17 car, that orange car there, has had the quick lap. Not last lap so far. Quick lap overall going to Dylan Black, one of our race sponsors here tonight. So Black found himself a little bit further back in the field, but we know that car is quick. He's got a little damage, but he may be able to find himself up into a good spot here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, as he battles with the 89 right now. About mid-pack, not too bad. Still plenty of time here. 61 laps to go here. But Dylan Black definitely showed some speed at the beginning of this one, but found himself losing 7 spots. Started in the 5th spot. Hard Charger, currently Mark Williams is on a mission right now. picking up 13 spots since the beginning of this one. There he is on the screen. Beautiful looking 42 Kinetic Ford, or Celtic Ford, my apologies to the dealer. But great run here from Mark Williams here tonight as we got a car. Oh, Dylan Black around on the front stretch. They will call the caution here. We're going to see the 6th one here tonight on lap number 42.
So we will check the replay here with Paul Strickland Jr. Paul, what do you got for us on this one?
U-House Race Designs getting ready to take a peek at another one. Look at this here. We're going to follow along with the Zero car. Tonight's sponsor, that's going to be Black. He's going to get in a little bit too hot. Everything looks good there, but as he comes out of the corner, slides up just a little bit too high, makes contact there with the 89 of Conrad Murphy, sends himself into the bottom side of the wall. Looked like he thought that everything was going to stay green, so he was kind of in a hurry there, backing up into the track, and I think that's what had the officials call the for the yellow there. But good news is nobody hit him. That's mostly damage from an earlier incident, it looks like, other than that that left nose damage.
Yeah, and a couple of taps there on that driver's front. That's going to mess with the suspension. We see him pull off into the pits here. Not sure whether it's a repair or whether that car is done for the night, but the Shady Brook Enterprises team not having the best night here, but we do want to thank them for their sponsorship here of the Tim's Corner Motorsports Special Events.
Well, everybody's still currently on the lead lap. They may go down a lap here now, so there it is. Several cars down a lap now. Derek Gates, as well as Scott Negus and Dave Horton and Dylan Black, so hopefully they can get it going here and get back on the track. Lucky Dog will be in effect here tonight. So another caution. One of them is going to get that precious lap back. So getting close to the cross flags, almost halfway. It's gotten a little naughty here in the last 30 laps, Jesse. 6 cautions in the first half here. A little interesting. Not what I would have expected here tonight for the 100 lap main.
Well, as we've seen with real world racing, sometimes you do have to thin the field out before you can get some green flag running. And as we talk about it, green flag is back in the air. Another little tap from Brandon Campbell to send Ashton Tucker on his way. Don't know if officials are going to send a warning about that one. He's done that a couple of times. We will see what happens now with the 99. He has got Jason Ricker all up in his business.
Well, Ricker taking a nice peek here and kind of sizing it up here as we take the look from the top down. As now we look inside of Ricker, Jason Ricker from Poland, Maine, setting his sights right now on the 99 of Campbell. This cat can get it done here. So he's been pretty quiet here tonight, Jesse, and just laid back there in that 3rd spot. That is actually where he started at the beginning of this one. So keep an eye on that number 9, the RKM setup shop. This cat can get it done, but I always kind of like those positions, 2nd and 3rd, those guys that creep there for 80 or 90 laps and then wait for that perfect timing to take control.
Well, the big thing is if you've got a car that can sit 2nd or 3rd, you've probably got a car that can take the lead. And we had one up on its wheels. Wade Craswell up on the wheels, and he's going to keep it going. Probably a little worse for wear now. With that 67's going to drop back a couple of spots. Mark Williams was around him, and that 42 probably saw a lot more of the 67 than he wanted.
I think we've seen the undercarriage of the 67, but what a save if that was what we did see. I'm pretty confident he was on 2 wheels, but great driving for the 67 of Wade Craswell. But getting back to the front, talking about Jason Ricker and those positions, it's always great to see some of those excellent moves, those guys that actually saved their equipment for those last couple of laps. Just this past Sunday, Denny Hamlin and it was just last couple of laps, he was just there, and then all of a sudden, bang, he was race winner. So
yeah, all it takes is one good move at the right time to end up front. And, that's a little questionable. Caution comes out. The 24 car Derek Gates, he was way down almost to the hot dog stand in this one.
It's going to bring in Paul to give us a little peek ski on this one.
U-House Race Design Instant Replay once again. Going to take a look here from the blimp, focusing on Gates in the 24 car. Everything looks good, getting into the corner, everybody minding their P's and Q's. Coming out of, or heading into rather, 3 and 4. You see the 93 gets into the back of the 24, a little bit too hot. Gets him almost sent all the way around. And just not looking out that right mirror. Gets up into tonight's sponsor, Black in the 0 car, as he tried to get that thing saved. So kind of pancaked the doors together. Not a whole lot of damage. Little sheet metal, virtual sheet metal damage on that one. But still, definitely a tough break for the 24 and the 0.
Yeah, hard to know exactly, but I think what led up to that was Brent Roy maybe got on the binders a little bit, a couple of cars ahead of him. That kind of accordion things up. And just nowhere for John Byron to go into the back of the PPG car and send him for a little bit of a slide and then some contact with Dylan Black. We see the 3 car of Nathan Langell having a tough time here on pit lane. Slides his way back into the pit stall. Give him an award for that one.
10 points for freestyle.
Absolutely.
57 laps completed. That is Johnny Byron's number. So 7th caution of the evening. If you're just tuning in, this is the Shady Brook Enterprises presented here tonight. Winner going on to the All-Star Showcase for the TCM Special Events. So big night coming up Thursday night as we get back to green flag racing. Ashton Tucker controlling this one again. Keep an eye on that position number 2 and 3. But 8th caution going to come out again here. Man, there's going to be some frustration in the tower here tonight. Man, what a mess we got here on lap number 59. Paul?
Holy smokes, you can hear Tim yelling from here, and I don't even think my radio's on. Couple of different incidences in this one. Gotta keep an eye up here from the chopper. And
okay, let's talk about track food. Hey, we're live.
We almost had to go into food, Paul, so you saved us.
Well, let's get back to food anyways. So track food, Petty Raceway. What is the go-to item on the menu?
Donair Burger. 1,000%.
Wow.
It's simple. There's not a lot to it.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I've never heard of another track even trying to do it, which is awesome because that makes it our thing.
Well, every track kind of has it. When Tim comes over here, there's on pit road, we do beef or moose jerky. So
moose jerky. Okay, all right. I'm sure it wouldn't really hold up coming across the boat to New Brunswick, but you should send me over some. I could try some.
100%. Paul, are we going to commercial? Okay.
This is Christopher Bell, and Eastbound
We'll be
International
back.
Speedway is your NASCAR home track.
Welcome to Newfoundland, Labrador, home of NASCAR's most easterly home track.
An old dirt track here or something like that?
About 10 or 15 years ago, they built a dirt track, got people interested in racing.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring Newfoundlanders and Labradorians the opportunity to get into the higher level NASCAR. It's basically set the stage for anybody who want an opportunity to become professional. People that didn't even know where Avondale was to at one point, and now it's recognized all over North America.
At Eastbound International Speedway and the Newfoundland and Labrador title. From Conception Bay, South Newfoundland and Labrador, Wayne Walsh.
Just growing up, my family and everyone around me, I always loved racing and watched it a lot. So naturally, I always started watching it and I just went forward a bit more. And I just ended up progressing to racing at Eastbound. Racing gives me the confidence to say I can do something that I put my mind to, and I can do this and I can succeed at what I want.
And thanks for joining us. You just had a peek of the Advance My Track video for Eastbound International Speedway. Check out our advancemytrack.com. You can vote 3 times a day. We're in a running between 22 NASCAR home tracks across North America. Give us a couple of votes 3 times daily. We can win up to $50,000. We're going to sink it into turn 3-4 for the Fan Zone in 2022. We're back in action, Jesse. Lap 70, and we have our 9th caution. So just back and just in time.
Just in time. Had a little step there to the snack table, but we are back and under caution here, Paul. Going to put you back to work here. Let's see what happened. Ooh, I saw a bright yellow car go around.
That indeed we did. We're going to have to give our blimp driver a little bit of a raise here, using him quite a bit here. There you can see Roma getting a little bit of a shot, it looks like, and some calamity after the fact. We'll see if we can back that up one more time to take a peek at that Travis Roma machine, the number 38, why he was pointed in the wrong direction. And it looks like just getting close to the end of this one. Couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate. You see get a little bit crossed up there, crossing the stream, so to speak. But again, no big-time damage on the 38. A little bit of damage, though, up on the top of the track.
Funny enough, the 38 seems to be the one who had the least amount of damage out of this one, so lucky him. Terry Duguay shoved it in there, maybe a little hot on the brakes there, and he has definitely got some damage there. The 42, Mark Williams, the Celtic Ford, Nova Construction Mustang, he will come down to pit road. We'll see if he can make his way back out, or possibly his night might be done. Brent Roy looking worse for wear in that Valvoline number 26. Danny Beach the same in car number 29. Mike, we have had an exciting night here tonight. Really hoping for a green flag run here to end this one off. Still 27 left to go.
9 cautions so far in 73 laps, so you can only imagine what the final 10 laps will be. But I got a feeling we got some excitement, some pyrotechnics, some wild action in the final 10 here tonight. Like we've said all night, big race here for these racers. These guys all want to be in that All-Star Showcase coming up this Thursday. A lot of money on the line, but also the bragging rights. It is the Super Bowl of iRacing here in the Maritimes. You're going to want to tune in here on TCM Motorsports, here on Facebook or Vidane TV. It's going to be a wild one, Jesse, and there's some big movers in this one already. John Kahan finds himself in the 4th spot. Keep an eye on that one. 14 positions he's made up here tonight. Started in the 18th spot. Also, Quentin Carpenter, he looks super hot in his heat race there in the 16 machine. He's after picking up 11 spots here now and finds himself in the top 10 in that 6th spot. So Ryan Salvador, your final top 10 position, he's after picking up 13 spots. So some big shakers in this one. Brody Lewis, Wade Craswell also on the move as well. So we're getting set here. 3 quarters completed here on lap number 75. Ashton Tucker out like a cannon. Here we go, Jess.
Green flag back in the air now. It's Ashton Tucker trying to hold his own out front in the White Lightning Auto Center Big Cam Fabrication number 2. Gonna work his way past the flag stand now. 24 laps left to go, and he probably doesn't mind all these cautions. A little chance to catch his breath, a little refresher. But the 99 car, Brandon Campbell, has not left him alone like a bad ex-girlfriend. He is working his way all over the back bumper of the 2 car.
And I can only imagine that the 99, if he gets the chance to give it a little scrub ski, not destroy the 2 cars night, but enough to upset the balance and be able to make that move to get some clean air as they continue to battle here with 22 to go. Will this go the distance, or will we see one of those late cautions and possibly bring this down into overtime before we get to the conclusion?
Top 2 trying to pull away now. Jason Ricker solidly on his own in the 3rd spot in car number 9. John Gahan in 4th in the 116, and Keith Lord has held on to the top 5 now. Quentin Carpenter as well. He was one of the ones you mentioned, one of our winners from earlier in the evening in the Top Golf number 16. So everybody having a great run so far. And how about that 22 car looking a little worse for wear on one side of it, but that car is quick. Wade Craswell holding on to 8th. He was on his side at one point, and I think that's made that car quicker.
Well, the big question is who has been saving the equipment? We've had quite a few cautions here tonight. Looking at pit road activity, nobody in the top 15 have been down pit road, so everybody pretty much on the same kind of set of Goodyears, but which car out there has been saving a little bit? And I'm going to throw it to the 9 car of Jason Ricker. I think he's been saving up the most here.
Absolutely, but it's go time now. If he wants to make a move, he's got to start closing in, start making his presence known to the top 2. Tucker and Campbell have been just bumper to bumper, an all-out slugfest here tonight. The only contact between them has been on restarts, a little love tap to get Ashton Tucker going, but he will hold on. We got 1 car off into the pits, so maybe the end of the night for whoever that was, but it looks like a 73 car. Dave Horton, he may be done in the Trans-Canada car. 15 to go, 14 and a half to go as they head down or into turn number 1 now. And looking at this side view, they are hugging that yellow line through the corners.
This battle has started on lap number 1. Brandon Campbell getting the pole here this afternoon. I think it was around lap 20. He lost the lead to Ashton Tucker. We went single file, restarted, so Campbell hasn't had that shot to have a side-by-side restart, so we've been in the same position here, but it's always great to see 2 strong contenders in that 1-2 battle it out. It reminds me of Harrison Burton and Ty Majeski at Speed Weeks down in New Smyrna, probably around 2016, man. 7 days of that week, we've seen those 2 go at it, and that's what we're seeing here tonight throughout the whole length of this one. It's all Ashton Tucker, Brandon Campbell. With the black sheep back there, Jason Ricker just sitting back there watching it all unfold, because I got a feeling this is probably going to see a little exchange of paint here between our top 2 as this battle is definitely intensifying.
Starting to think the 9 car, Jason Ricker, that might be all that car has got here tonight. Hasn't really tried to close in. I'm sure he's wanted to, but these top 2, with 9 laps to go, the 99 car in the pull-down motorsports number 99, he has stayed within about 2/10 on the 2 of Ashton Tucker. It'll be 8 to go this time. Tucker hasn't moved at all. That car has been solid all night long.
Campbell with Newfoundland roots, mom from the southern shore of Newfoundland, Labrador. I'm sure they're tuning in here tonight. I'm going to go with the 99 here tonight, as he's been starking back there behind the 2, and just we're going to see that 10th caution.
Oh, we got a caution, yeah.
This is going to really shake this up. I believe Tim's probably going to line them up side by side. Hopefully we'll get that restart that Brandon Campbell's been looking for. But we're going to bring in Paul here to take us back in time to see what we've seen that wasn't on the screen here. It looks like the 41 may be involved in this one. Jason Goss.
It looks like Jason Goss might have had a little bit of a hiccup with Terry Duguay coming out of pit road here. You're going to have to take a look at it. We're going to take a look at it live, because that's how we do here over at Vidane TV. We're going to do it live. And there you can see Goss down low of the 93 car. Both cars have seen a lot of damage throughout the evening here tonight. And it sounds like you heard the damage there before. There's Duguay down low. Don't want to spend too much time. I know...
believe the 3 car, Nathan Langell, looks like they may have got together and brought out the caution.
Yes.
A couple cars ahead of him, maybe.
Nathan Langell, there's the incident right there. You can see a couple of drivers kind of crossing the streams again, so to speak. And a little bit of a lazy spin there for the 3. Finds himself down in the wrong direction, but grabs a gear. Gets it almost pointed in the right direction. It looks like he's going to call for a tow truck to get that thing down on pit road. So tough break for the 3 car with just a handful of laps to go.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Tim.
They've been sparring all race long, so both of them went to the back of the field for that. This should be, we gave them back their double file restart, so we're going to give them one opportunity, I think, as long as the sim allows it, to finish this up as double file. The other thing I forgot to mention to you guys tonight, we have an incident cap sitting at 24 points for a drive-through penalty or a stop and go or whatever it ends up being. The hard DQ is 30. The 26 and the 41 and the 73 have already served their penalties. They are close to getting the black flag this evening. There's a bunch of others at 22, so the only 3, Mike, that don't have incident points, ironically, are the first 3 cars, and they're the cleanest ones in the racetrack.
And
Isn't
there we go.
that funny how that goes sometimes?
I don't know. Campbell must have hit the 2 at least 3 or 4 times at the beginning of this one before the start. So
Yeah, just a couple little love taps there once again to send him off. Hopefully, the lights are going to be out on the pace car.
It's going to be green white checker here. We're going into overtime.
Yeah.
It's we got our request of side by side restart here. This is where it's going to get interesting, Jesse. I something part of me says we're going to go to one more caution here.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, we want to see this one end under green, but like we've said, these drivers have been kind of antsy tonight. One little tap, and that's all it takes. Green flag in the air. Wow, Ricker with a bad start there in position number 3. Gahan could end up on the podium. It'll be a lap and a half to go down the backstretch, and we got a couple of cars around in the back.
There it is. Overtime once again. Paul, take us back here as we got a couple of cars snagged up there in turn number 2.
Calamity, Mikey. Calamity in turn number 2 right off the start. Tangly. Couple of drivers, again, getting late in the race. There's a couple of incidences, separate incidences. They ended up parked in the same spot right there on the racetrack on the outside wall. But that's going to bring out caution flag once again, and we're going to line them up for another green-white checker.
And this is where it's going to get just intensify here. Like, will we see another caution, or will these guys try to get it done here tonight? Tucker had a great restart on that last one and could have pretty much took that one home with but I'd say he had about 0.4 of a second on Brandon Campbell. So let's see what happens here on this restart here. Once again, Ashton Tucker will have the hammer on the inside, Campbell to the outside. Ricker had a bit of a slow start there, like you said, Jess.
Yeah, he spun the tires. That car did not get going. The 116 rather, of John Gahan making it work on the outside, picking up that position, trying to end up on the podium here tonight. It's really the only slip we've seen out of Jason Ricker here tonight, and it's almost the one that mattered.
Well, let's see what sticks here in the final conclusion. Will we see another overtime, or will these guys send it home in this final green-white checker? 2 on the board. Ashton Tucker trying to get it into the big showcase for this Thursday. Going to be a wild one here as the lights are still on as the tower sorts through the field to get this lineup. This is a lot on the line for these drivers.
Yeah, this is a non-winners field coming into this. That's what's making up this one. So they want to make it into that all-star race here in a couple of nights' time. Ashton Tucker, very surprised he hasn't already locked himself in. He is a hot shoe driver in behind the wheel of car number 2, the White Lightning Auto Center Big Cam Fabrication. Baisley's number 2. And that Ford Mustang is pretty much immaculate here tonight. A couple little kisses to the back bumper, but that's all it's been, and he just wants to hold on and see that checkered flag.
Single file, lights are on the pace car. The tower is going to send them single file on this final lap. Here we go, folks, tuning in. Green, white checkered. Ashton Tucker jumps out with a huge command with 5, almost a half a second, almost 0.6 of a second as we continue through the field. There's the 116 of John Gahan sneaking up on Brandon Gamble. White rag going to come out for Ashton Tucker, Jess.
White flag in the air. Ashton Tucker going to send it down the backstretch. The Littleton driver looking to lock himself in to the All-Star race. Off turn at number 4. Checker flag in the air. Ashton Tucker going to hold on and get it done. Brandon Campbell comes home second. John Gahan, Jason Ricker going to spin after the checkers. And Keith Lord with an excellent run for a top 5.
What a wild finish to this one. Tower opting to go single file on the final run there, but going to finish under green. 11 cautions here tonight. Big congratulations to the tube machine of Ashton Tucker, pro stock driver from New Brunswick, I believe, and taking it home here tonight, Jess. Got to give it to Brandon Campbell. What a run they had. huge battles throughout the whole 100 laps. Taking the pole here tonight, just falling a little short here on that restart. So 6/10 off the pace for Brandon Campbell. Top 3, John Gahan, 15 spots. He is the hard charger here this evening. He's going to share that role with Ryan Salvatore, but Salvatore going to finish in the 8th spot. But big night for John Gahan as well.
And we will catch up with a runner-up finisher here. We've got him in the booth now, the 99 car of Brandon Campbell. Brandon, what a great run you had here tonight. Looks like just on that last restart, maybe a little slide into turn number 1 allowed John Gahan to get to you, and that allowed Ashton Tucker to kind of pull away with this one, but a great run overall.
Yeah, for sure. It's we've had a lot of restarts tonight. I didn't screw any of them up, so I guess the last one was the one I decided to screw up, I guess.
Yeah, everybody gets a mulligan in these ones, but you put on an excellent show here tonight. Was there anything at all you could have done to get by Ashton Tucker?
Me and Ashton had a good race, and I mean, the top 3 make it to Thursday's race, so there was really no reason to push. I don't know if I could have gotten around him anyways, so... but I know Ashton would race clean. I know Ricker was behind me most of the night, so I didn't have much to worry about.
And who got it done for you tonight? Besides yourself in behind the wheel, who helped get it done for you here?
Josh Langell was on the box for me tonight. He helped me out quite a bit. He was helping Nathan Langell out. Tough night for him. But I'd like to thank Reaper Speed Lab. They always help me out with these things because I really don't have a clue what to do with a super late model. And I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on. It's fun to come back to this.
And what's the plan for a couple of nights' time? You're going to be pretty excited for that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, luckily I've made the last 2 showcases. They haven't ended very well, so hopefully we break the streak on Thursday. I seem to always wait till the last possible moment to get into, so we'll see what happens.
And do it on the big stage. Brandon Campbell coming home with a runner-up finish here tonight. Tim, I believe you want to jump in here. It was a pretty wild night here tonight. Race Control definitely had their hands full of incidents to try and sort through.
Yeah, we did. We ended up DQing a guy with 2 laps to go because they were running into each other under yellow. It's been one of those nights, Jesse. 12 cautions, 11 cautions, but you'll have those. Big thank you to everybody that came out and supported this deal. I know Ashton's not great with technology, and I haven't seen him pop in here yet. And John has already said that he's out for the evening, so those 3 are going to race their way into the showcase. That's easy. I don't think there's anything me and Paige have to look at or Race Control has to look at tonight. We do have a fan vote, and Paul, as long as the fan vote allows us to, I think it still runs on a replay on an on-demand, but if it doesn't, obviously it is what it is, but we're going to let that go until midnight if it allows us to, so we're going to lock one more in that way. We're going to lock one more in tomorrow through Tim's Corner Live, so... we'll let you know who's in that fan vote tomorrow before we go with Tim's Corner Live, and then you can log on and vote for your favorite and put the 26th eligible driver. And look who we've got tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's fun. We've got Luke McLaughlin coming in, driver of the 11 Street Stock. He's done Sportsman. He's done all kinds of other stuff. And the most popular flagman on Tim's Corner Live that is not Denver Matchett, and Denver's not going to be here tomorrow anyway, so we needed to have a flagman. Rob Bonus is joining us tomorrow night to chat on Tim's Corner Live, so I'm excited for tomorrow night. Join me and Dylan, and we'll have a little say tomorrow night on a Wednesday evening. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. Congratulations to Ashton Tucker. Congratulations to the top 3. They are in the show. We're going to get 2 more in through the fan vote. And we will have a field of 26 eligible to run for the TCM All-Star Showcase presented by Shady Brook Enterprises, 250 laps at South Boston, and hopefully those guys come with their heads screwed on Thursday night. On behalf of Paul Strickland Jr., Paige, Mike, Jesse, Dylan's coming back for Thursday. It's going to be great. My name is Tim Terry. We will see you tomorrow night for Tim's Corner Live. Until then, keep the hammer down. We'll see you at the track. Go vote for Eastbound.
3 times daily.